Jaws around the world are dropping on an Axios report that Saudi Arabia could be on the path to normalizing relations with Israel. Axios says the U.S. is quietly mediating negotiations which, to start, involve Tiran and Sanafir, two strategically significant islands controlled throughout the years by Egypt and the Saudis. Those islands control the Straits of Tiran. This is a crucial sea passage to the ports of Jordan's Aqaba and Eilat in the south of Israel. The strait is Israel's only shipping route out to the Red Sea. Now, the potential deal to keep the islands demilitarized would be the most crucial U.S. foreign policy advancement in the Middle East since the Abraham Accords negotiated by the Trump administration in 2020. Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive, Danon, who is Israeli ambassador to the United Nations from 2015 to 2020 and worked with the U.S. to create that historic agreement between Israel, Bahrain, and the UAE. He is also the author of the brand new book, In the Lion's Den, Israel and the World. Ambassador, thank you for being here. What is your gut reaction to this news? I mean, I see it as encouraging that we could be looking at the early stages of an eventual normalization of relations between Israel and the Saudis.
Liz, it's very exciting. We are very happy with the Abraham Accords with the UAE and Bahrain and Morocco, and we were waiting for the day that the Saudis will join the club of peace, and it's happening slowly, quietly. You know, everything started because of the negotiation between Egypt and Saudi Arabia about those two islands that the Egyptians actually are willing to give to the Saudis. But according to the agreement that was signed with Israel in the 80s, they cannot do it without the permission of Israel. And that's why today you have quiet negotiations with the Saudis and the Egyptians about those two important islands. And you know, you speak a lot about development. The Saudis intend to invest billions in the Red Sea. They're building a huge city, Axiom. They want to compete with Dubai and the UAE. So they want to have control of those islands and maybe in the future to build a bridge between Saudi Arabia to Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt.
Can you imagine that? And I found out something from your book, In the Lion's Den, about you. I did not know your dad was Egyptian born. So here you are, obviously a major important diplomat in Israel, having served in many different capacities for the government. Do you find it interesting? Because when you helped get the Abraham Accords over the finish line, you know, already you were looking as Israel's United Nations ambassador. You had forged relationships and friendships with Muslim nations, but it was always in secret, and that was by their request. You know, at what point does this get out in the open? Because now, certainly with the UAE and Bahrain, we've got 16 flights between Israel and those countries. I mean, it's fantastic. But, you know, a lot of this is still sort of under the table, isn't it?
It is. In the book, I tell the story that I used to meet with the ambassador from the UAE, and we had to find secret places to have our meetings in Manhattan so nobody will actually see us. And look where we are today when you have so many flights, business developments. It's exciting, it's amazing, and it's proving to the Saudis that the UAEs, they are actually acknowledging their friendship with the Israelis, and nothing happened to them. The same will happen with the Saudis. In the near future, I think we will see some kind of normalization that will allow flights to fly over Saudi Arabia, even flights coming to Saudi Arabia. You know, we have more than 1.5 Muslim Israelis. They want to go visit the holy sites in Saudi Arabia. Today they have to take a bus, and it takes them days to come and do the pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. So we are working on direct flights also between Israel and Saudi Arabia.
Well, that would be such a game changer, I think. I need to just transition over to Ukraine right now. Israel obviously has to walk a diplomatic tightrope that is extraordinarily, you know, they got to do it gingerly because the process is very dangerous, I'm sure. But, you know, Israel's been a little too quiet for much of the world to accept, in that they have not come out and really slapped down Putin for the horrific war crimes that he has committed. What do you think is going on there?
So I think we did the right thing. We supported the Ukrainian people. When the vote came to the floor of the UN, we voted to condemn Russia. I think that was the moral decision, and it was the right decision. At the beginning, Prime Minister Bennett made a mistake. He tried to negotiate between Putin and Zelensky. I think it was premature. It wasn't the right thing to do. But as you mentioned, you know, we have a lot of issues on our northern border, And unfortunately, also the Russians are in this area. So we are sensitive about that region.
Well, yeah, the Russians are in Syria, and there's, again, one of these under-the-table deals where, okay, you can do what you want in Syria, just don't spread it over to our country. What I find fascinating about the book, Danny, in the Lion's Den, is there are people who are very quick to criticize Israel, and some of it may be important to be spoken about, but you have always stayed open, and the communication lines have remained open when it comes to forging relationships with Muslim nations. And we'll be watching to see how, isn't it funny, business is what is really changing the landscape in the Middle East. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. We have so much to offer to the world, and I think the book reveals many of the secrets how we became the startup nation.
Absolutely. Thank you. Danny Danon,
Thank you very much.
Ambassador to the United Nations of Israel.